This looks so easy to do.
All right, y'all. Welcome in on Brighter Day with A and
Hey.
we are talking shop. Beauty shop, y'all. I'm so excited about today's episodes. We have a very, very special guest here with us today who's going to share some beauty tips, share her story, and y'all know what we all about. We got to spread the love and the positivity here. Yes, and that is exactly what you're going to get today. But before we start, y'all know we always got to start with our quote of the day. And our quote says, Anna?
Everything has beauty, but not everyone sees it. Confucius said that.
Snaps.
Yes.
I love it.
So this really goes with our guest.
Yes.
Aviana, can you introduce our guest?
I
first?
surely will. I am so excited to introduce Miss Misty Carter, the owner of Carter Cuts and Customs. She is here to join us today to give us all the beauty tips. Some of y'all may have seen this face before and know her around the community. She may have done your hair. So give her some love in the comments, y'all. Hopefully y'all can hear us. I didn't give us a quick mic check, but hopefully you all can hear us as we get started on Brighter Day with A&A Talking Hairstyles. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for coming. So, Carter Cuts and Customs. Tell us how it all got started.
Well, to come up with the name, I know earlier you guys were asking me about my name. Carter Cuts and Customs, of course, my last name is Carter. I'm also known for doing a lot of cuts. And with the customs, they just let you know a variety of things that I do. It's not limited. So I customize on different things.
I love that, y'all. So again, y'all heard the name already. She got the custom colors, custom cuts. Y'all come check her out. So how long have you been a licensed stylist?
I actually have been a licensed stylist for 14 years.
Okay.
I started off at the Academy of Hair Design, and I finished up at Final Touch.
Love it. 14 years.
That's a long time.
Yes.
Well, what made you want to go into that career field?
Well, that's a big question. Ever since I was a little girl, I used to always love to play in my doll's hair. My grandmother, like, passed and rest her soul, she used to let me do anything I wanted to do in her hair. I would pile grease in her hair, whatever I wanted to do.
I bet she loved it.
Yeah, she would let me do it, and she just always just, Misty, you're gonna do well, and it always kept in my mind that I'm gonna do well. And also, not only that, my mom used to do hair.
Okay.
So just watching her do hair, that's back. I don't know if you guys know about the freeze curls and French rolls and different things like that. So that's where it came about.
I love that. So you've been doing hair a long time, well before you got your license. You've been doing hair a long time. So what made you you knew, okay, I need to start my own thing. Let me get my own shop. What inspired that?
Actually, when I was working on a job and people would call me and just asking me to do their hair and and I'm like, no, I have to work. But then I thought about it, like, this is something that God gave me. Why not use what he gave me and make money off that? So that would just got me to this point of everybody just asking me, and I'm like, no, I gotta work. But I was like, wait a minute, God gave you a gift. You gotta use that. And so that's what it came about. And even to go back, when I was in the 6th grade, I actually started making money doing hair.
6th grade, wow.
Yeah, middle school.
Were you in the school bathroom?
Well, no, I wasn't doing it at the school, but I was doing my classmates' hair. And so it started off doing my classmates' hair, and then it was just random people, and I just started making money. So that was a good thing for me. So I just knew, like, okay, this is something I could really do. And then when I got older, I wasn't even thinking about it so much. You know, I was working and stuff like that. But like I say, when people just kept asking me to do their hair, I'm like, wait a minute. God gave me something. I need to use it.
I love that.
How God does that.
Right.
He just equips you. It just opens those doors. You just have to be willing to walk through.
Yes.
And then it's like all of your life. You don't realize it. Like you said, you didn't realize that that's what you were doing, but you was doing hair in the 6th grade. You've been doing your grandmother's hair. You know, you always loved that. And so now you made a career of that, a very successful career of that. So that is so beautiful to see. And I know I've sat in your chair, you know, and every time that I have, it's just, and I wanted to mention this for sure, it's always positive. You know, sometimes a beauty shop or a barber shop or, you know, something of that nature kind of has a negative connotation around it. Oh, we're going to come in here, we're going to talk about all the latest gossip and mess. It's going to be loud, right? It's going to be loud. It's going to be rowdy. It's never that. You know, it's always a very calm, a very relaxing place. And, you know, that's something that you want, especially when you're talking about getting your hair done, or like you mentioned before, some people come off a long day of work, you know, so it's always been positivity in the shop. Like, we have conversations, just, you're so welcome. And thank you for creating that environment, you know, because that's what we need. We need somewhere where we can come and, yes, we're getting beautiful and, you know, want to look good, but are we going to feel good also? And that brings me to your quote that you have, that you mentioned earlier, your quote. So you can share your quote now with the people.
My quote is always, when you look good, you feel good, you will do good. That's just something I always have, that always have stuck with me. So I always go by that. When you look good, you feel good, and you will do good.
Yeah, I believe that. I truly do. Because like you said, when you look good, you feel good, and you're going to do good. If you get up every day and you're like, ooh, my hair looking good, I got my nice outfit on, right?
You. But if you're not put together, you're trying to hope nobody see you. You're trying to do all that stuff. But when you keep yourself ready, you're looking good, you're going to stay ready for whatever.
Yeah. That's a good.
Hair really can.
It matters.
I'm telling you, you get a new hairstyle and you feel much better.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Now this brings up the question now of, do you ever get nervous, like styling somebody's hair, like messing it up?
Oh, I would. I totally would.
Well, you know, nowadays they're having all kind of styles coming out, and I do get nervous sometimes with some of the things, because people come in with some crazy things, especially like different colors and cuts and stuff. So yes, I do get nervous, but I get it done.
I heard that. Yes, ma'am.
I'm not saying that I don't get nervous.
Right.
Yes, I do.
Okay, yeah, because I was thinking, like, you got a big job. Like, your job is not a small job at all. You have a big job, because people sit in your chair and they trust, you know, for you to do the hairstyle that they show you, you know, and it's like, I know you got all the years of experience, you got the license, but it's like, I'm wondering, you know, do beauticians ever get nervous when people sit down and like, hey, can you do this?
What's the craziest thing somebody's wanted?
Oh, the craziest thing.
Over all your 14 years. Think back.
I would think it was like crazy colorings, with different colors and just the placements and stuff. Like, it's just, they come up with some crazy colors. You'll have all kind of colors, not just the basic pretty colors that we have. So yeah, I think the colors.
Yeah, I can see how they can be challenging, though, you know, because you got to get into the right shade. You don't want, you know, the hair to break or damage once you color it.
Yes.
So, what beauty tips can you give us?
Well, when I think of healthy hair, just for people, just to help their hair, I always have people asking me about healthy hair. But I think the key thing to healthy hair is actually having a clean scalp. You have to make sure that your follicles are healthy to even grow hair. Yeah, and so once your hair do grow, a lot of people do not like doing this, but you have to clip your ends. Everybody wants long hair, but to what cost?
Right.
I mean, you just need to just get your ends clipped, because if you don't, it's going to just the breakage and everything is just going to go up the shaft of the hair. And so when you do decide to cut your hair, you're going to have a bigger cut than what you really wanted. Yeah.
So that makes a lot of sense, though, right? Yeah. Because if you cut it off, then you're cutting off the dead and the excess and all of that. So now your hair can grow and it can prosper, because your hair grows from here. But if you don't cut it here, you know, then it's going to just keep breaking and running up the shaft, like you said. That makes a lot of sense, though.
And then the thing about it, sometimes people tend to pay more attention to their scalp and not their ends. But you actually got to think about it. If your ends is the oldest part of your hair, right? Right. So you have to pay the same attention to your follicle and also to the ends of your hair, because they both need the same, equal amount of attention. So you can't just be putting all the focus on your scalp and you're not doing it on the ends, and it's just going up and it's breaking your hair. You have to, kind of match them.
Right. Write that down, everybody. Y'all heard that. Make sure you pay much attention to your scalp as you do the ends of your hair. Yeah. What is your favorite hairstyle to do?
I think my favorite hairstyle to do is the silk presses.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm known for. I can do many things, but I think my favorite is the silk presses. Everybody have different textures of hair, and just to see, looking at their hair when they come in, and just to imagine of how it's going to turn out, because like I said, everybody has different patterns of hair. And so a story, I had two little girls that came in my shop. The little girl, she had a little afro. They both were natural. And the big sister had a big afro. So the older sister thought that her hair was just going to be so pretty and so long. And the little sister with her afro, it was going to be short. But come to realize her coils was just tight.
And it was the opposite,
And it
huh?
was the opposite. The little girl had the longest
was she
hair.
disappointed?
She was very disappointed. So hair, being natural, it can really trick you because the coils.
Yeah. And so it can be so tight because, y'all, my hair is a sponge ball.
Oh, I look like a little boy when I wash my hair.
I look like a microphone. Like, my hair is balled up to my head. But, you know, once I straighten it or stretch it, it's so long and it's so pretty. So I definitely understand what you're saying there. So can you just speak up just a touch for us? They said that your mic needs to be turned up, but it's probably just, you know, she speaks softly, so just speak up just a touch for us. But I think that it's so great, you know, that you are a beautician. You get to see so many different people interact with so many different people, and you kind of mentioned earlier, and I want you to expand on about how do you kind of customize not only with your hair, but how do you know how to interact with each client in that way?
Well, I kind of know my clients. I'm not trying to read them because, like I said, you have some clients just getting off work. They just want to relax and just have that moment. They're away from their kids. It's just their time. Yeah. You have sometimes you have clients that need their therapist. So you are talking and doing whatever. You have some that just want to sit and watch a movie. So I just try and read them and just know my clients.
Yeah, that's really
just
good.
Them actually.
Yeah, something I always like to ask, if somebody is watching this, or they come across this video and they're interested in doing hair and they're like, I just don't know if I could do it, maybe they want to own their own shop one day, what's some words of inspiration that you could give to that young child, maybe college student, maybe they're older,
maybe an adult, I was going to say,
and they want to.
You know, that's a good thing that you said that, because you got to have faith in yourself, because if I had faith in myself, I would have been in my shop. My husband always was telling me, Misty, you got it. Get into your shop. But I didn't believe in myself. You know, bills can't pay themselves, right?
Right.
So I always knew if I had a job, I was going to get a paycheck. You know, but having faith in myself and knowing I can do this and just getting out there, just knowing yourself and having faith, because I would have been done it.
Yeah.
I think that's great advice, because you have to start with you.
Yes.
And regardless of what everybody is saying around you, if you don't believe it, then you don't think you can do it. But like you said, once you put that faith in yourself, and y'all, I'm trying to tell y'all, it's a beautiful shop. It's flourishing. I know she's doing well. So therefore, it's a living example, you know, living proof that when you have that faith in yourself, you can do whatever it is that you want to, that you put your mind to. So I think that's great, because again, you mentioned before, you've been wanting to do this since a little girl. You didn't realize it, but you always had these skills and these talents, you know, as a young child. And then when you started believing in yourself and knowing that you can do it, now you have this beautiful shop that people can come to, and they can leave out of their shop feeling a lot better about themselves because of the work that you do.
Yes, and this is actually the only thing that I do. Like when I walk into my door, I'm clocking in. So this is the only thing I do. So like I say, having faith, if I would have had faith in myself to open up that door and clock in a long time ago, you know, it would have been just, it's no telling where I would have been right now.
Yeah.
You know? So just having faith, and then just keeping on, like, you can never stop learning. With doing hair or anything, you can never stop learning. So if you don't feel comfortable with what you're doing, just keep on practicing and practicing until you know that you got it. Yeah. And you can do it. So
I
just
like
never
that.
give up and have faith. You got
awesome.
it.
And it's awesome that you do have people, like you mentioned, your husband encouraging you. And I think a lot of times if you do have those gifts, you'll find that people see your gifts and believe in your gifts before you do. Like I know people will tell you, you're really good at this, or you should do this. You're like, oh no, I can't.
Yeah.
But if you would listen to some of those voices, positive voices around you, I think sometimes that can point you to your purpose.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I want to tell y'all a little story about one time I was sitting in Misty's chair, because we were having a conversation, not about hair. We were just talking about life, and I was like, oh, I really want to get a new car, but I don't really want to drive my new car around here. You know, I was like, I don't really, I was like,
mess it up.
right, I was like, I don't really, and she was like, don't let nobody stop you from doing something that you want to do. Don't let nobody, you know, let anything outside of what you want to do influence you, especially in the sense of, if you know you want to do this and you know that you need this for yourself, then do it. Don't let anybody else influence that decision. And when I was making a decision to buy my new car, because I bought a new car, I was like, thank you. I was like, you know, she's right. And I was sitting here like, oh, I had every excuse in the world why I shouldn't do this, but listening to you, and I was like, you know what? That's all I needed to hear, you know, because sometimes you just take that one person, somebody who is doing your hair, somebody who you trust in, again, who creates that positive environment where you can talk and you can open up about something other than, you know, what hairstyle do you like in that moment. So, you know, I really appreciate you for that, because like I said, every time I step into your shop or sat in your chair, it was always love, it was always positivity, it was always motivation, it was always something inspiring and inspirational. That's why I was like, we gotta have you on Brighter Day to do
such
that.
A huge impact, because
Yeah.
you get to talk to so many
Yes.
people on a more personal level, and you never know who you are inspiring.
Exactly.
I see now. I see that
You're
it's
welcome.
actually working. Thank
Yes,
you.
yes, ma'am. And so, like, and it just all goes back to your purpose, what you're supposed to be doing in life, and God led you to be in that position to help people and not just do their hair, but use your gift in so many ways. And so, I really appreciate that for you. We just trying to look in the chat and see if we have any questions, comments,
Any
or concerns.
beauty
We got some
questions?
love going on in here. People are saying great job to you. And if y'all have any questions for Misty, don't be shy. Y'all ask.
It's your time.
This your time to ask her some questions. Misty, do you have anything else that you want to share while we're still on?
I know we were talking about for the braiding classes and stuff like that. I will be, I don't know if I can, but I will be hosting another braiding class coming soon. And I know you were talking about, you was asking me how did I come up with the braiding class.
That's
why.
right.
One of the reasons, well, the reason why I actually did it, last year it started off because I did it again. This was my second year doing it. Last year I did not know what I wanted to do for my birthday. And I was like, I don't want to pay all that money for a party, and it's just too much.
Right.
So something came to me and said, well, why don't you give back to the youth? And I was thinking,
That is beautiful.
that's it. So last year I celebrated my birthday with hosting a free braiding class for the youth. And it went so well that I actually did it this year and plan on doing it next year as well, because the young ladies were doing such a great job. I had actually had an 8-year-old. Now I said I started when I was in the 6th grade.
Right.
But I had an 8-year-old that was braiding hair like a grown-up.
Yeah.
So just giving them the opportunity and making sure that they know the upkeep of them of their hair and themselves, and just actually giving them some skills and techniques to put some money in their pockets.
Yeah.
Because we don't always want to have our hand out to mom and dad. you know.
Right.
So yeah.
And then that is so great,
that's awesome.
because I still don't know how to braid to this day. You know, I'm gonna have to go to a class because I am 24 years old and I wish I had a braiding class to go to and attend. But I think it's just so beautiful on your birthday. You know that's what you decide to do, not waiting for somebody to come throw you a party or you get all the gifts. But even though you did receive a gift and helping them,
I loved it. It went so it just touched my heart.
Yeah, that is
so
great.
sweet.
That is absolutely
I think
amazing.
that was one of my best birthdays.
So when is your next braiding class for the kids?
Well, I was going to wait till next year, but they have been asking me. So I'm thinking I'll probably do it within the next 2 months. I haven't put a date on it.
Got you.
But I'm still going to do one next year, but I'm still iffy about doing one within the next
Okay, so y'all be on the lookout now. Y'all get y'all young ladies ready to
Make
get
sure
ready to
advertise it for
yes,
you.
Yes, and I thank you guys because you actually came out to cover both. You last year and this year.
I remember. Yeah, I remember that. So yeah, so y'all I think that is,
beautiful.
I mean,
you are not only making people's day brighter, but their whole life.
right?
Because
That's a
huge
life
impact.
skill to
that no
have.
one can take from you.
Yeah, that's a
Once
life
you learn
skill.
that, no one can take it from you.
My question to you, now since we're on the topic of braiding, do you braid your own hair?
I do braid my own hair, but to be honest, I hate doing it because trying to
Yeah.
put your hands up in the air and stuff like that, I hate braiding my own hair. But can I braid my own hair? Yes.
I was gonna say you're a different type of person if you can braid your own hair.
I can.
She's
but
talented.
I
She's
hate
very
doing
talented.
it. And speaking of braids, I know a lot of people are about to get their braids done because it's about to get hot. One thing, the ones who's looking, keep in mind once getting your braids, I know a lot of people think they're going to get a protective style. You're not actually getting a protective style if your hair is damaged. So making sure that you're doing your deep conditioners, your hot oil treatments, clipping your ends and everything before you actually get that protective style.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And then the ones who do all those steps before, make sure when you do get the braids that you're actually not oiling your scalp, but you're oiling the shaft of the hair that's inside the braids. Because sometimes when you're taking your braids
to
down,
know.
you're thinking, why is my hair breaking? Why am I losing so much hair? Of course you're going to lose hair because your hair shed daily.
Right.
But it's breaking because you're not putting oil on the shaft of the hair that's inside the braid. So you're actually doing more harm than actually having a protective style.
That is good to know. Y'all know I wear a lot of braids, y'all. So that's a good tip to know, because normally when I do oil my scalp, I run my fingers, you know, through it, but I never really, I'm going to individually make sure now I
but kind of just make it and just kind of make sure, you know, you're getting it inside the shaft of the
Okay,
hair.
that is definitely a great tip there. I really like that. Okay,
all
so
these compliments.
yes, I am loving it. It's just a lot of love and support. Go Misty. Yes, giving you your flowers. Yes, I love that. So y'all reach out to her if y'all do have any tips. Make sure y'all come sit in her chair at her shop. Again, I tell you, a very positive environment. Somewhere where you can get your hair done, and it will be healthy once you step out of the chair. My very first silk press, you did it, and it was, y'all, curls bouncing. I mean, it was absolutely beautiful. So again, you do a great job. I'm looking forward to coming to one of those braiding classes, because I cannot braid. So I guess that's a question. I know a lot of people older don't know how to braid. Do you offer those classes to older?
Well, I haven't offered to the older people yet. I was trying to just stay focused on the youth, just to make sure that they have their upkeep, and you know, just to make them feel good, because a lot of bullying is going on in the classroom. That's another reason why. Not only was I teaching them about braiding hair, I was teaching them the upkeep of themselves, being able to get up in the morning, make yourself look good, go to school, and you. When I say you look good, you feel good, you're gonna do good. You don't have to worry about what the next person is saying about you. You're focusing on the teacher.
Yeah.
But that is something to think about.
I think a lot of people will come out to that for sure, because like I said, I don't know the first. I can plait. I know how to plait. I know how to plait, but the braiding and actually keeping it from unraveling and all that, like I got the basics, but I don't know how to start the braid. You know, so it's like little stuff like that I think that people also my age don't know, or probably older. But I really think it is a great thing that you do for the girls. Started that class for the youth, and like you said, teaching them more about just braiding, but how to upkeep themselves, because as young ladies, I know we all were young ladies, so we can know how difficult it can be and how rough it can be. So I think that that's a great thing that you do for people in their kids, in their, you know, because not only are you reaching them through hair, but you're reaching them through, like you did for me, like, they're gonna remember that. They're gonna remember that lesson that you taught them, and you know, they can apply that for the rest of their lives, and it's starting early. So I think that's a great thing that you're doing. We got a lot of hearts, a lot of love, a lot of yeses. Y'all have any questions? Yes, it's so beautiful to see. I'm so glad that you came and joined us on Brighter Day. I hope we have made your day a lot brighter. Yes, I definitely think we have. Okay, any other comments, concerns, questions? Let me make sure I check my question list that I have ran through everything. I think we have. I think we covered it. Yeah.
If anyone want to inbox me for any questions on hair, I'm open to helping.
Yeah. How can people contact you if they want to?
Well, you can contact me Facebook, Misty Carter, or my business page, Carter Cuts and Customs. And also, if you want to even hit my line, 601-701-1940. I'm always open to help anyone.
That's so kind. Well, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
You made our day brighter.
Yes, I really appreciate it. I think we have learned a lot of great beauty tips, especially with the making sure that you clip your ends. I told y'all get your notepads out, so hopefully y'all have.
Apparently, just keep your hair healthy.
Yes.
I was talking to her about how I just had a baby, so some of my hair's kind of starting to fall out because your vitamins get low or something. So also taking those supplements can help your hair as well, which I am learning, which I never knew.
It's all about learning. It's all about growing, spreading love and positivity, and I know, ladies, we have done that today. Again, Misty, thank you so much for joining us on Brighter Day with A&A. Facebook, looks like we have any questions here, so we're gonna log off. A&A is
out.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.